The sevens journey in Paris, just being there for starters was the main sort of the pinnacle for me. It was kind of where I always saw my sevens journey going, and as a sevens player, that's kind of where I wanted to end up. And the journey itself in Paris, we didn't obviously finish where we wanted to finish. It was hugely disappointing, obviously, in that quarter-final against Fiji. That's just, honestly, it's why sevens is such a cool and interesting sport, because the ball can change within 2 kickoffs like it did in our game, and it's just hugely disappointing how we finished. But I'm hugely proud of myself and the rest of the lads for the way we kind of handled ourselves throughout the tournament and thereafter that quarter-final.
Yeah, for me, I think we were incredibly disappointed as a group, the way things finished. But I suppose looking back on it, we can probably really proud of ourselves the way we showed we can compete with the top teams. They were kind of we were in really good positions going in and finishing the game, and then in that New Zealand and Fiji game, they just took it away from us right at the end. So we can be really proud of the group, and yeah, it was just a great experience from start to finish. So really proud of everyone that was there, and it was great to be on the journey. Yeah, the opening ceremony day was pretty unique because obviously it followed the day after the Fiji game. So as a group we were all pretty disappointed and pretty low, but I suppose the nice thing about it was we were all able to get out, kind of meet up with family and take our mind off the game, and then that evening we all just got dressed up into the opening ceremony kit, and we kind of got back together as a group and enjoyed just being around the village together. And then I think we were ready to crack into the day 3, what it was. So yeah, it was a cool experience, but obviously we were still pretty disappointed with the results that were on the day before.
I think a few lads, well, majority of the lads ended up going to the beach volleyball. It was just located under the Eiffel Tower, and it was a pretty cool experience. Not only watching the volleyball, but also to sort of the area, the location you're in. The Eiffel Tower is just above you, and the arena that it's set up in is pretty cool as well. I also know that some lads went to watch the swimming. They said it was the atmosphere in the actual pool area was crazy, and it would be over in a few seconds. But it was, lads just said it was just unbelievable just to watch other athletes go at their speed and do what they do.
Yeah, what Chay said, it was such an iconic event, the beach volleyball, so it was good crack. It was kind of similar to a sevens event in terms of the atmosphere and stuff, so it was really cool. In the dining hall, I suppose we bumped into a few people or kind of saw them. We saw Alcaraz and Nadal, which was pretty cool. And then Emmanuel and Macron came in to have lunch with a few French athletes, so that was pretty cool, just kind of seeing them around. And then some of the Irish gold medalists you kind of see around our building and stuff like that, so that was pretty cool. Yeah.
As soon as you go through the entrance, to be honest, it's just alive. There's just masses of people just walking around. We got there pretty early, but by the time we were sort of midway through the tournament and towards the end of the tournament, certainly, there was a whole load, most of the athletes were there, and everyone was sort of mixing with each other. Everyone was talking, everyone was trying to see what sports people were doing, sort of when they're competing, and it was a pretty cool environment to be in. A bit different to the sevens. Obviously, most teams are sort of talking and mingling, but yeah, it was cool to see different athletes sort of talking to each other, to be honest.
Yeah, it's pretty intense. We got there a few days before, so we weren't there for too long, but there's kind of a lot going on, so it's very cool in some ways. Getting down for coffees with the lads, that was kind of a nice experience. And then just cycling around the village, you kind of see the scale of it and how big it was. So yeah, just cycling around and kind of having a look around the place was really cool. But yeah, it was a really cool experience.
The club itself is it's nice to have a group of lads that are very welcoming, if I'm honest. It's always a good thing that you come into an environment and you feel like you're welcomed as well. Coming from the sevens environment, the group's a bit smaller in here, the group's a bit larger, and you think sometimes that might play a bit of a different role, but no, all the lads have been really welcoming, and just sort of being here and being a part of Connacht has always been what I've wanted, and I'm really looking forward to the season ahead. And in terms of Galway itself, it's a bit different to what I'm used to in Dublin. It's a bit smaller, but yeah, it's a nice spot to be in. There's a whole lot to do, and the lads themselves they're more than welcoming in terms of showing me around and showing me where the good coffee spots are, especially.
Yeah, I suppose going into a new season is always exciting. I think we're a pretty ambitious group, so yeah, just look for me personally, just looking to build on last season's performances and yeah, get stuck in again and catch up to the boys. They've had a couple of weeks head start in pre-season, so really looking forward to getting back into the season.